Uh-oh, Starry Hillard just went to the grocery store again. Oh, look what I got. Isn't that beautiful? I've got so many beautiful peppers and beautiful tomatoes. They are coming in. So guess what we're going to be doing today? We are going to be making some hot salsa. And so easy, so fast. So get picking right now and come on into my kitchen and we'll go through it together. So for my salsa recipe, you can see, look at the different types of peppers I have. I use just about anything, and again, be creative when it comes to salsa. Just go out and start picking. I've got banana peppers. I will throw in some of my green bell peppers, and I'll come on over here and I've got plenty of hot Hungarian waxes. So just grab a big old handful of your peppers, and then of course go on over here to your tomatoes. Now we picked most of the ripe ones off already, and my husband's inside chopping up the tomatoes for me. He's so good today. But I love using Romas. Romas are really good for this recipe. And look at these. We've got some bigger, we got a couple Bloody Butchers, and I'll even use cherry tomatoes for my salsa. So really, if you've got a preference of what type of tomatoes you like for your salsa, you just use them. Mr. Hilder, hello, did a good job at cutting up all of my tomatoes. Aren't they beautiful? Like I said, you can use just about any variety you want. And then to help facilitate the thickness of my salsa, I will let these tomatoes sit in my colander and just let it drain naturally. And I do that to both of those batches. So let it sit for a little bit to get some of those extra juices out there before we put it in our pot. Oh, and my husband gets the onion job. So you're going to want some onions with this recipe too. So I leave it up to you people how much onions you want. I usually do at least a cup. But these are right from the garden, and boy, are they a little strong. See, now he knows what I have to go through when I do this stuff. This is so get yourself some onions, and we slice them like he's doing. We quarter them, and then I put them right into the food processor because I like them to be in smaller chunks. So. And my other fresh peppers, I do some by hand, chop, chop, chop. But I also use my food processor, and I just process these just enough so that they are still nice and chunky. I like chunky salsa, so I'll just put that on. I'll go just a couple swipes. One of the things that I do when I'm making my salsa is I do take all of my hot peppers, and I just put them in the food processor. I like to add that heat, but I don't want big chunks of hot pepper. So I'll put them in my little nifty grinder, and I will grind them up. As you see, I chop them really, really small. Okay, so that is kind of a little hint when you're doing your hot peppers. Okay, so I know you guys recognize this spot. This is my cooking arena. I love it. I love it. In fact, someone said, "Is that the Swiss Alps in the background?" And you know, it kind of looks like the Swiss Alps. I've got a beautiful view. I just love coming out here. But this is where you're going to have to take your tomatoes, and you're going to have to put them in a stock pot. Okay, that's a stock pot. And then you're going to have to cook those tomatoes down. Now, it's probably going to take about an hour. I'll show you, about an hour and a half. And you're just going to have to keep coming back and mixing it slowly. We want it to get to a consistency of a marinara sauce. I am also going to let you guys know I do not add any other ingredients at this time. I like to keep my peppers and my onions and all those other fresh ingredients separate. I've got many salsa recipes, but this is one that I like to separate those other vegetables. So this is another little secret to my salsa. Even though I leave almost everything fresh and uncooked, I will take my garlic, which we just diced up from the garden, add a little onion, and I will put it in my lovely skillet and just cook it with some olive oil. I find that it just gives it a little bit extra flavor. I like that flavor. Now you don't have to do this step, but it really does help my salsa pop a little bit. Okay, so it's been about an hour and you can see that it is turning into kind of a marinara sauce. Now this is the point where I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Some people like really thick salsa, and you can, ooh, it's steaming up, woo, oh wow. You can actually use 1 can of tomato paste at this point and put it in your salsa. You can also use cornstarch and thicken it up that way. It's really up to you people. Now, I like to make salsa as naturally as possible, so I don't really like to add a canned tomato paste. It just kind of defeats the purpose. But this is the point that you would add it. And this is also the point where you want to add to this recipe a 1/2 cup of distilled vinegar. And look at this. I love these. These are so cute. I love the ones that come with the little lemon and then the little lime. You're wanting to add then a 1/2 cup of lime juice. And I don't have any limes from the store, but if you've got fresh limes, that would be wonderful. Boy, that really, oh, that's a beautiful, that smells beautiful. And then you're just going to add those 2 ingredients and mix it up and bring it back up to a nice little boil. And then we're going to add some more ingredients. Okay, we're on to the really fun part because this requires your taste buds. And I love this because when you are making salsa, you can throw everything in but the kitchen sink. I mean, you can't go wrong. But I'm not going to throw in, look at that, oh, those beautiful sauteed peppers and garlic and all that. I'm not going to throw that in yet. But what I am going to start throwing in are some real basic salsa ingredients. My ground cumin, I do a little bit of black pepper, and I do a little bit of a paprika, and then I do a little bit of my sea salt. And what I do is, and I will post a video with proper measurements, but you know how Starry Hill rolls on this homestead. I just kind of throw, see, look at that. It's blowing in the wind. I really don't care as long as it goes in the pot. And then I just mix it up, and then I will keep tasting it and tasting it and tasting it. But isn't this gorgeous? Now at this time, you can add your spices and then you can remove it from the heat. This is, oh, look at that. I hope you can see that. This is the taste test. So everybody right now, stop what you're doing after you put all your spices in and taste. Oh, it's so good. I put just the right amount of cumin in. So once you do the taste test, the Starry Hilder taste test, I want you guys to take that big, beautiful bowl of peppers. See that? Look at that beautiful bowl. We're going to dump it right in there. Ah, this is so awesome. And you're just going to mix that up. And now it is going to be ready to be ladled into those hot jars and then put into the water bath for 20 minutes. And my water bath is, it's looking good, it's getting hot. So let's get the jars filled and get to water bathing. Okay, look at that beautiful salsa. And wasn't that easy? No more blanching, no more all of that goobly gobbly recipe stuff that just takes too long. Stop slaving women. You can pretend to slave with this recipe. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we had fun because I love doing these canning recipes with all of you guys at home. And until next time, go make some salsa and don't forget to crack open a can and eat it up right away. Right away, people. God bless.